10 things about African wild dogs. The African wild dog's scientific name, Lycaon pictus, translates to painted wolf, reflecting their striking appearance. Each individual has a unique coat pattern made up of blotches of black, white, yellow, and brown fur, acting like a fingerprint for identification. Despite their common nickname, they aren't actually dogs in the domestic sense. They belong to a distinct genus separate from wolves and domestic dogs. With large rounded ears and long legs, they look quite different from typical canines. Their scientific and common names both highlight their wild, untamed nature and the extraordinary patterns that help them blend into the savannah. 2. Social pack animals. African wild dogs are incredibly social and rely heavily on teamwork. Packs can range in size from as few as 6 to over 20 individuals. The social structure is usually led by an alpha male and female, with cooperation being central to their survival. They operate almost like a family business, with every member playing a role, whether hunting, guarding pups, or protecting the sick and elderly. Decisions within the pack, like when to hunt, are often communal, and members are rarely aggressive toward each other. Their unity and cooperation are some of the strongest among all carnivorous mammals. 3. Excellent hunters. While lions are more famous, African wild dogs are far more effective hunters. Their hunting success rate can exceed 70%, sometimes even reaching 90% during optimal conditions. This is largely due to their cooperative tactics and stamina. They carefully plan their attacks, using ambush techniques, flanking maneuvers, and coordinated chases. Once a target is selected, often an antelope, impala, or even larger prey, the pack works in synchronized effort, often wearing the prey down over long distances. Their ability to hunt efficiently and feed the entire pack, especially pups and elders, makes them a top predator despite their size. 4. Incredible stamina. African wild dogs are built for endurance. While not the fastest land animals outright, they excel at long-distance chases. Their slender bodies, long legs, and efficient lungs allow them to maintain speeds up to 44 miles per hour, 70 km per hour, for extended periods. Unlike big cats that rely on short bursts of speed, wild dogs use endurance to exhaust prey. Their hunts often involve tracking prey for miles, keeping a steady pace until the animal slows down or tires. This remarkable stamina not only gives them an edge over faster predators but also makes them specialists in pursuit hunting strategies. 5. Cooperative parenting. In African wild dog packs, the entire group participates in raising the young, not just the parents. After pups are born to the alpha female, other adults bring them food by regurgitating meals after hunting. Even non-breeding members take on responsibilities like guarding the den or babysitting. Pups are given priority at feeding sites, often eating first, even before the alphas. This inclusive, communal approach ensures higher pup survival rates and teaches young dogs how to integrate into the group. Such cooperation highlights the species' deep social structure and emphasizes how critical teamwork is to their success and survival. 6. Distinctive communication. African wild dogs use a variety of vocalizations and body language to coordinate with their pack. High-pitched twittering, yips, and whines help them stay in contact during hunts or when separated. One of the most fascinating behaviors is sneezing, which researchers believe may be a form of consensus building, similar to voting on when to start a hunt. The more sneezes heard, the more likely the pack is to act. Visual signals like tail positions and facial expressions also play a part. Their complex communication system helps maintain unity and coordination, essential when living and hunting in such tightly knit groups. 7. Only one breeding pair. In a typical pack of African wild dogs, only the dominant pair, known as the alpha male and alpha female, will breed. This reproductive strategy limits in-pack competition and ensures that the whole group can support a manageable number of offspring. The rest of the pack helps raise the pups, showing a level of alloparenting rarely seen among carnivores. Subordinate females generally suppress their own reproductive hormones in the presence of the alpha. This helps maintain social harmony and reduces infighting. By centralizing reproduction, African wild dogs maximize the chances of survival for their young in harsh, competitive environments. 8. Endangered status. African wild dogs are listed as endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, with fewer than 6,000 individuals left in the wild. Their populations have declined dramatically due to habitat fragmentation, human-wildlife conflict, road accidents, and diseases like rabies and distemper, often contracted from domestic dogs. As humans expand into wild territories, the dog's need for vast hunting ranges becomes a liability. Conservation efforts, including vaccination programs and the establishment of wildlife corridors, are underway but require constant support. Protecting this species is crucial not just for biodiversity, but also for maintaining healthy African ecosystems. 9. Strong bonds. African wild dogs form some of the strongest social bonds of any carnivore. They greet each other enthusiastically after separations, often engaging in licking, wagging tails, and face rubbing. If a pack member becomes injured or ill, the others will often bring it food and protect it until it recovers. Conflict within the pack is rare, as cooperation is more beneficial for survival. They are known to mourn lost companions, showing signs of distress when a member dies or goes missing. This emotional depth and loyalty make them unique among predators, reinforcing the strength and importance of pack life. 10. They avoid conflict with lions. Despite being fierce hunters, African wild dogs know when to pick their battles. Lions are the top predators in many parts of Africa and often kill wild dogs to reduce competition. Wild dogs, aware of this danger, will abandon kills or change directions if lions are nearby. Rather than confront these apex predators, they rely on speed and teamwork to stay safe. Their ability to avoid conflict with stronger animals shows a remarkable level of strategy and adaptability. Coexisting with lions is a constant challenge, but wild dogs have learned to survive by being smart, not just strong. African wild dogs' lifespan. African wild dogs, also known as painted wolves, typically live up to 10 to 12 years in the wild, though many do not survive beyond 6 due to predators, disease, and human conflict. In captivity, they may live slightly longer due to medical care and consistent food sources. These highly social canines rely on strong pack bonds and cooperative hunting to survive. Pups are raised communally, with all members contributing to their care. Despite their resilience and adaptability, African wild dogs face numerous threats, including habitat fragmentation and diseases like rabies, making conservation efforts critical to extending their lifespan and survival. African wild dogs' history. African wild dogs, also known as painted wolves, Lycaon pictus, have roamed sub-Saharan Africa for thousands of years. Once widespread across the continent, their populations have drastically declined due to habitat loss, human conflict, and disease. These social carnivores live in tight-knit packs led by an alpha pair and are known for their cooperative hunting strategies and strong bonds. Historically revered by some African tribes and feared by others, wild dogs have faced centuries of persecution. Today, they are endangered, with fewer than 7,000 remaining in the wild, and conservation efforts are critical to their survival and ecosystem role. African wild dogs' conservation status. African wild dogs, Lycaon pictus, also known as painted wolves, are classified as endangered on the IUCN Red List of threatened species. Key facts about their conservation status. IUCN status: endangered. Estimated population: around 6,000 individuals remain in the wild, with fewer than 1,500 mature adults. Key facts about their conservation status. Main threats: habitat fragmentation. Expanding human settlements and agriculture reduce their range. Human-wildlife conflict. Often killed by farmers to protect livestock. Diseases. Vulnerable to diseases like rabies and canine distemper, often spread from domestic dogs. Road accidents and snares. Accidental deaths from traps set for other animals or vehicle collisions. Conservation efforts, anti-poaching and snare removal programs, vaccination campaigns for domestic dogs to reduce disease transmission, community-based conservation initiatives to improve coexistence with local communities, protected areas and wildlife corridors to support pack movement and genetic diversity. Subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell. Subscribe.